So for our first drive review of the all-new, brand-new Infiniti Q30, we've come here to fantastic Lebanon, to this place somewhere outside of Beirut, to drive the car. There it is behind me in this beautiful surroundings. So let me take you on a quick walk around of the car. The Infiniti Q30, an all-new car, a hatchback, a luxury premium crossover hatchback. Why do I say crossover? Because it's slightly taller than a normal hatchback. They say it rides 35% higher than the segment average. What segment are we talking about? What are its rivals? Well, it could be an A-Class, for example. And it's funny I should mention the A-Class because, in fact, the chassis is and the platform is from an A-Class. It's a partnership, it's a technical partnership between Infiniti and Mercedes, and that's where parts of this car have come from, including some parts of the drivetrain, such as the 7-speed dual clutch automatic. This will be the first Infiniti that will be built outside of Japan, US or China. This one is being built in the UK at Nissan's Sunderland plant over there. Take a look at the lines in this car. It's very sharp, very contoured. It's got that Infiniti kick C-pillar on it, very, very distinctive. It's quite a good looking little thing. I'll tell you, it's got a real presence about it. And one of the things is, check out this line that it's got, that starts here at the grille at the front and then sweeps all the way back, right back, if I can do that without falling off this cliff, to the back of the car, sort of dipping and diving and rising up a little bit to give it those unique contours. So it's got a very distinctive, very interesting rear that looks very, very dynamic actually. Look at the lines in this thing. Check out the twin exhaust as well, quite spectacular from the rear. And as you can see, this is the Q30 S and it's all-wheel drive. The car will be available as front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. You have the option, and actually there's a number of options with this car because we'll get two engines, a 1.6 litre turbo with 154 horsepower and a 2-litre turbo with 208 horsepower. There's also two trims, two packages, and as aforementioned, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. You get 18-inch wheels as standard, but you also get 19-inch wheels as options, all standard on Q30 Sport, which is what this car is. This car we're looking at is the top of the range one. This car is in a graphite grey, but also check out the liquid copper color, which is the launch color for this car, and it looks really quite spectacular. Prices for this car start at 105,000 dirhams in the UAE. That would be for the base model 1.6. Let's take a quick look at the boot. Very, very spacious as you'd expect in a hatchback. Very wide, very deep, good amount of room. Split folding rear seats as you'd expect. Also a little hatch there for access. There's tethers there if you want to tie stuff. These panels are just access panels. There's other hoops down there. There's a 12-volt power supply. Underneath here, there isn't a spare tire. There's probably a repair kit in this car. But in fact, there is some Bose equipment. Now this car, top of the range one, comes with a 10-speaker stereo system. The normal car comes with a 6-speaker. Very good. We've been using that on the way here. Sounds fantastic. So let's just quickly try out the rear room in this car. Actually not too bad. This front seat is set for me, sports seats as you can see, and headroom you can't make out, but it's not too bad. I don't have an issue there. Knee room is good, feet room is good. Could do a little bit maybe shin room on my left leg, but otherwise it's generally fine. Two AC vents, power supply, and a center armrest. ISOFIX child anchor points as well. Pretty good. Time to drive it. So there you go, let's start it up. There's the key. Looks a bit familiar, doesn't it? Yeah. There you go, let's start it up. And there's a distinctive crackle of like a European engine starting. It's slightly diesely at startup, but this is a 2-litre turbo, 208 horsepower. There's some other things in here that you'll also be familiar with. I'll give you a close-up of the gear lever and the gear stick, and that's very reminiscent of its Mercedes cousin. 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. There's menus and stuff down here. This stuff here is very Infiniti. It's got an asymmetric dashboard, so it's very different design from each side, but it's all nicely done. There's your instrument display thing. It's got a navigation and Bluetooth and all that. It's also got 360 surround cameras. Of course, that was a thing with Infinitis for a while now. Otherwise, very, very good. It's got two USBs here in the front, which is always quite helpful. Cubby box here, which is quite deep, and a power supply in there as well. You can have it in automatic mode, manual mode, and sports mode for this gearbox. So let's take a little drive back to where we had stopped for lunch and from where I had pinched this car just for a little bit. They're probably wondering where I've got to, just to make this little film for you guys. Beautiful roads around here, quite an extraordinary place, and the weather it's a bit hot, but at the same time it's very, very pleasant. But the roads here and the scenery is just amazing. We're near a winery where it's a vineyard, which apparently is part owned or owned by Carlos Ghosn, of course, boss of Nissan and Renault, and of course Infiniti therefore. So what is it? Look at that. Nice response from this. This is the all-wheel drive version, and we have had a little session on a go-kart track as well, and I found it very responsive. The turn-in was fantastic. It's got very confident steering as well, so it's very, very nice. Paddle shifts are actually better to use, I found, although the gearbox on its own does a pretty good job too, with no real issues at all. But what did I go? I think I go down this little hairpin here, so very, very tight around here. I don't know if you can see very much of this, probably not. But good acceleration, just a little bit of a laggy moment right at the beginning if you suddenly go for it. Like I said, if you're doing roads like this, then you probably want to just keep it in manual mode and use the paddle shifts, which actually do work. Let me just straighten you up there a little bit. Which do work quite well and are very, very responsive, as they normally are in dual clutch automatic systems. Braking is good, and the handling in this car, in the front wheel drive, from one of my colleagues I've heard that it is a little bit of a slight hint of understeer, but this one is no issues whatsoever. And in fact, I have actually felt it to be a little bit movement at the back as well, particularly on the go-kart track. So actually quite entertaining. The ride is better on this. I also had a very brief run in the 1.6 on the track, and that had a little bit more body roll. This one is stiffer, it's slightly lower, and it is just much more sportier. It's actually a very engaging and satisfying car to drive. Of course, it's a very easy car to drive as well. The 360 surround view helps. It's got all of the safety features that you'd expect. So it's got the lane keep assist, it's got the braking, it's got all of that sort of stuff. So it's a car that's designed to look after you as you'd expect it to. And with the collusion with Mercedes, I can expect this car to be very safe in that sense as well. So a car that actually, and for the money, 105,000, I don't know what the top end goes to, but I shall try and find out, and that'll probably go in either in the comments here or in the review on motoringme.com. But it's a very attractive proposition if that's the sort of money they're asking. So a good new entry into this segment, where we're talking BMW 2 Series and we're talking Mercedes A-Class, like I said, and definitely one worth considering if you're in the market for that sort of vehicle. I think it's actually a very enjoyable drive, and I think certainly in markets where Lebanon is it makes a lot of sense that they brought us here for this launch, because certainly in markets here where, you know, the smaller cars and hatchbacks work much better, it's a very important car for this market, I should imagine, probably more so than the UAE, our market. But I think if in the UAE, this car would be, I think it's the 2-litre that you'd be looking at, and not really the 1.6, which I think is probably a car for a cheaper market. But you know, so I would say go for the 2-litre and not this one. So that's my quick review. We'll try and do a full review for you at some point when we get the car back in Dubai. Thanks so much for watching. Please do follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the rest for it. Just search for Motoring Middle East, and of course on YouTube as well. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. We're at this beautiful karting facility in Beirut. What's this place called?
Pit Stop Karting.
Pit Stop Karting, and I'm with, introduce yourself?
Samer,
and he's going to talk me around just a handling demonstration. We're not saying any elaborate, because we're just doing some handling demonstration. Okay, so over to you.
Left, please.
Yeah, tight left.
Yes. Right. Okay, no problem. We'll make a U-turn.
Oh, we're doing U-turn here?
Yes.
All right, okay, fine. Shall I do a 3-point turn? let's do a proper 3-point turn.
That's for you to check. You know, the rear view camera. You can do it here.
Yeah, I'm old school.
Me too. Okay,
right.
So now we'll go to the yellow line.
Where's the yellow line? Like, they all look white to me.
Yeah, there is a yellow line if you go.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, right at the front.
Okay, and then at the
grid
line,
lines,
go full acceleration.
Right at this line, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Acceleration.
There we go. Full. I'm giving it. That's it. Come on.
Yeah,
this is definitely 1.6.
And then we brake.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have 2 right corners.
These are 2 rights.
Yes. Then we go into the slalom for you to judge the weight transfer effect on the car.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Quite a bit of body lean on this one, eh?
Mm-hmm. Right. Then we're going on the very tight right.
Right.
Okay. Downhill to the U-turn, where we will have the so-called slippy section.
This bit here.
It is a bit slippy for you to judge the handling. Okay. Now we go over crest to a blind left.
It's like being in a rally car.
Yeah.
Over crest, blind left. There we go. Yeah.
At rally speeds also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit sideways, a little bit sideways.
Now we have this
Yeah.
roundabout that we
Round.
do twice. Yeah.
Right, okay.
For you to judge the lateral grip of the car.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
All right. Hope you're not getting dizzy back there.
No, I'm doing it.
Okay. And now we'll go to the main straight, full acceleration. But this time we will take the left lane.
Left lane, right?
Yes, left lane for you
And
to
then
do
lane
the
avoidance,
obstacle.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
So you change lanes at the
Right.
obstacle. And then we brake.
Brake here, yeah?
This is the
Okay.
end of our lap.
Right, okay.
Insert coins.
Right, insert
Yeah,
coins.
That's the problem. No
Pay more money!
yeah. Game over. So now we
Alright.
have to go up to the pit.